Hey there, I'm Marisha and guess what? I've got an unbelievable Christmas story for you. Picture this, we've got Maya, the drop-dead gorgeous journalist, and Jake, the brilliant detective. They were both knee-deep in a mysterious missing persons case. But, get this, things took an unexpected twist for both of them. Prepare yourself for an exhilarating journey into this mind-blowing Christmas story. A bustling city adorned with twinkling lights and festive decorations, where the scent of cinnamon and pine fills the air. Maya, a talented and ambitious journalist, confident and beautiful, with a passion for uncovering the truth. Her warm smile lights up the dreary winter days. Jake, a tall, handsome detective, deeply introspective and still grieving the loss of his wife. He has a rugged charm but a grumpy demeanor, especially when it comes to distractions. Maya was running late. With a crucial appointment for her latest story, she zipped through the streets, her thoughts racing faster than her car. Just as she rounded a corner, she collided with a parked vehicle. Her heart sank as she realized it was a sleek black car, evidently belonging to the surly detective she'd encountered before. Grumpy and roused from a nap, Jake stepped out, his expression a mix of annoyance and surprise. Really? You couldn't see a car parked right in front of you? He snapped, rubbing his temples. Maya rolled her eyes, her frustration boiling over. I'm sorry, but maybe if you didn't park like you owned the street, this wouldn't have happened. She shot back before slipping back into her car, determined to brush off the encounter. As she drove away, Maya's mind was already on her story. A wealthy couple had reported their child missing, and she was on her way to gather more information. Little did she know, Jake was on the same case, trying to piece together the mystery of the abduction. Later that day, as she arrived at the couple's lavish home, she spotted Jake, who had just pulled up. Their eyes met, and the tension was palpable. You again, he said. Looks like we're both here for the same story, Maya replied, crossing her arms defiantly. The investigation began with the couple, wealthy and distraught, claiming their son, Oliver, had vanished from their backyard during a Christmas party. They described a masked figure and the sound of their child's terrified screams. As Maya and Jake interviewed the parents, they noted inconsistencies in their stories. The mother was overly emotional, while the father seemed detached, almost rehearsed in his responses. Let's check the security footage, Maya suggested, and they both agreed. The couple's home was equipped with cameras, but when they reviewed the footage, there was no sign of an abduction. The only thing captured was the festive gathering and a brief moment of Oliver playing in the yard. The investigation led them to the child's friends and neighbors, each providing little helpful information. However, they did learn that the family had been struggling financially. Rumors circulated that the father had made some poor investments and was facing bankruptcy. Maya's instincts kicked in. Could this be a setup? Days passed, and the tension between Jake and Maya shifted from rivalry to partnership. They began to rely on each other's strengths. Maya's tenacity for digging deep and Jake's investigative skills, honed over years on the force. Each night, they spent hours going over leads, piecing together the puzzle of the abduction. One evening, while poring over notes in a cozy cafe, Maya noticed the weariness in Jake's eyes. You know, she said softly, you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's okay to lean on someone. He looked at her, surprise flickering across his face. I'm not used to it. He muffled, his voice barely above a whisper. As Christmas approached, the investigation began to yield results. A breakthrough came when they learned from a neighbor that the couple had been seen arguing frequently, especially about money. This led them to dig deeper into the father's financial records. What they found shocked them. The father had been on the brink of bankruptcy, and it appeared he had concocted a scheme to stage the abduction. He had recruited two acquaintances, one a disgruntled former employee and the other a friend from his college days, to help him create the illusion of a kidnapping. The plan was to demand a ransom, but things had spiraled out of control, leaving the couple's lives in turmoil. Armed with this new information, Jake brought 2 armed backup with him, and Maya holding a voice recorder was there to see what was going to unfold for her story. Maya and Jake confronted the couple. The father's facade crumbled under pressure, and he confessed to orchestrating the entire scheme to cover his financial failures and escape the mounting debt. The mother, initially unaware of the plan, was devastated, realizing that her husband had risked everything, including their son's safety, for a chance at a quick fix. On Christmas Eve, after the father had been taken into custody and the child safely returned, Maya and Jake found themselves standing in the midst of a snowy park, decorated with glowing lights and a massive tree. The air was filled with laughter and the sweet sound of carolers. As they talked, the snowfall began to thicken, the world around them fading into a soft blur. Maya looked up at Jake, her heart racing. "I never thought I'd connect with someone like this," she said, her voice barely audible over the gentle flurries. Jake stepped closer, his eyes searching hers. "Me neither. It's been unexpected." In that moment, surrounded by holiday cheer and the magic of the season, Jake leaned down, brushing a lock of hair behind Maya's ear. Their lips met in a tentative kiss, warm and sweet against the chill of the winter night. It was a promisea beginning. As the snow continued to fall, they pulled away, hearts full, and spirits lifted. With a newfound sense of hope, they knew that together, they could face whatever challenges lay ahead.